So, guys, if you don't know, this is Joy Taylor. She's going to talk about how hard it is being a woman and the choices women have to take.
I think in all the conversations that we have about pro-life, about abortion, about maternal mortality rates, about trad wives, about this gender war, about the dropping birth rate, everything is just broad stroked as if it is just this thing that everyone can do and everyone should just embrace it and it's easy and you figure it out and you owe it to society to make children. Like, get the fuck out of here. I have been around children my entire life. I am not a mother. I have not been pregnant. I know how hard it is to do that because I have eyeballs, because I have the ability to see someone else experience something and be able to apply what that experience would be for my life. I respect those struggles. And that is why I hold it in such a high regard. And it's just, if I could have one wish for the world, it would be that men and women could get pregnant.
Is she cooking? Men and women could get pregnant. And I think what she said is women does not owe it to the world to have babies. Well, you know, there is this thing where I agree with her on that aspect. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you necessarily have to have a baby. But if we want to continue the human race, we need more women who want to have a baby than those who don't. But should men be able to get pregnant? Man, could you imagine if a man got pregnant? Maternity leave. I don't know. I think the world is set up a certain way. And I do understand the challenges that women face when they get pregnant because jobs want to be like, yo, we got to cut you.
Because if men and women could be pregnant, we would not be having these conversations. This would not be an issue. If men could get pregnant, you could get an abortion at a drive-thru. If men could get pregnant, the studies that would have been done on giving birth, you could give birth and feel absolutely nothing and recover in 3 days. The advancements that would have been done in the medical field to make childbirth as seamless, as safe, as comfortable, the recovery, all of it as perfect as possible would be light years beyond what we are right now.
Basically what she's saying, if men had to endure the struggles that come with being pregnant, men would have solved the issue, but because women do it, men don't care, as well as abortions too. But let me know what you think. Let's continue.
I think what we need to start working on, lady scientists, is figuring out how to get men pregnant. I think that's my solution. Bro. I'm always looking for society solutions, and I think that's what it is. Like,
has she lost her mind? Does she not know how the birds and the bees work? Does she not know that in order to conceive, you have to have ovaries? Men do not have ovaries. So because we don't have ovaries, the idea of a man getting pregnant is impossible. Impossible. A naturally born man. You know, people are going to say, well, what about a trans man? No. We're talking about naturally born men. Men will never get pregnant.
Having a child is so hard. Getting pregnant and having a healthy child and healthy mother is so hard. And you can do everything right and it can still go wrong. You can eat perfect. You can eat all the fruits. You can not have sushi. You can not have the deli meats. You can do everything perfect and it still go wrong. There's so much to it. And then so much after that, once the baby is here. I just wish we would just have the real conversation in the way that I wish we would have real conversations about money, in the way we should have real conversations about marriage and divorce and education and getting old and menopause and perimenopause. Like, we need to have real conversations about motherhood and pregnancy and stop stroking it with this patriarchal trad wife bullshit that it's just this thing you're supposed to do. What about for the women who can't get pregnant?
Now, we have to actually wind this up, right? we have to rewind this. Why? Because she's actually making sense. Take her what you want. You may see her as a broken clock because she's right on this subject, but she's right. We do need to have honest conversations about money, about marriage, about divorce. But she's also trying to shoehorn in pregnancy and motherhood. So let's rewind that a bit and let's let her cook a little bit more.
It's about money and the way we should have real conversations about marriage and divorce and education and getting old and menopause and perimenopause. Like, we need to have real conversations about motherhood and pregnancy and stop stroking it with this patriarchal trad wife bullshit that it's just this thing you're supposed to do. What about for the women who can't get pregnant?
Now, when she said this trad wife BS, is mostly because she doesn't subscribe to that. She is not one of the, hey, I want to get married and settle down types. Now, if you familiar with her lawsuit, she was rumored to be sleeping with multiple people and slept with her boss to get to the position she was at, only for them to get sued and then her to get let go. So, she is part of this, pro-women sexual freedom movement, if you will. And she's like, hey, get rid of this TradCon stuff. Now, I know that a lot of women out there who have seen both sides or desire it, they like the idea of being a TradCon. Because by and large, some people don't want to work. Could you imagine? All you have to do is take care of your kids, take care of your home, and someone else pays all the bills. For some women, that is a dream. For women like Joy Taylor, that is a nightmare. That is slavery. They'll say it's slavery. I'm not lying. You'd be like, hey, all you got to do is just take care of the kids, cook dinner, and, we got to have sex every now and then, or a decent amount. And they'll say it's slavery. And you'd be like, wait, what? You literally just have to be a mom. Some people don't like it. Some people like, nah, I don't want to rely on a man. And that is the new movement. And I'm not going to say she's the face of it, but she out here.
What about for the women who have gotten pregnant and tragically lost their child? What about for the women who have had horrific pregnancy experiences where their body has gone through full-on trauma and they are barely functioning after one child? Stop broad stroking what is an elaborate, scary experience where you're putting your life and body on the line to bring a child into this world.
I agree with her. On that, guys. I mean, only because I know when you have a child and you are with someone, and I'm not sure how many of you have children out there or have had a child, but yeah, the transformation that women go through to bring life into this world, and sometimes they are ultimately risking their life, is a real thing, right? Imagine this, right? You love someone and you get her pregnant, and the doctor says, hey, look, there's a 70% chance if you have this baby, you're not going to make it. You're actually going to lose your life, but the baby will live on. Do you want to terminate the pregnancy, or do you want to take the risk? It's a 70% chance you're going to die. Now, men, we don't have that. We get you pregnant. We don't have to worry about dying. Women, they got to worry about dying. It's crazy, right? You Jesus Christ, I never thought of it like that. Most people don't. But what do you think? If men were able to have babies, would this problems be solved? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next video. Peace.